Speaking of freaky, I'm Crash Rouse of Crash the Skylands, and this is every Spyro's Adventure character ranked from worst to best. Number 1, Bash.
What?
I mean, come on now. And that's my list.
Who the fuck is this person that dares to claim that Bash is the best Series 1 Skylander? Wait, let's back up a little bit, and I'll explain what I'm talking about for those who might not be familiar. So, Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, which you can go see me play on my gameplay channel by the way, links in the description, has 32 Skylanders which are now retroactively known as Series 1 figures, with 4 for each of the 8 main elements. And by far, the absolute fucking worst of these is the Earth Skylander Bash. And if you don't believe me, and for some fucking reason in the mindset that Bash is... And if you don't believe me, and if for some reason in the mindset that Bash is one of, if not the best, Skylander ever made, well, I'm gonna tell you otherwise in this video. In the conceptual stage of the game that would later become Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, which was then called Spyro's Kingdom, Bash was originally called Rock Dragon. This newly released footage of the prototype of Spyro's Kingdom shows off Rock Dragon to us, and shows that he was one of the first Skylanders ever programmed, along with what I can see would later become Boomer and Zap, which is actually pretty depressing. The Bash was one of the first. Then, during Spyro's Adventure's development, Rock Dragon was numerously redesigned to become the Bash we all know and, well, love, apparently.
Number 1, Bash.
But in the deep Skylanders lore, Bash turns out to be even worse than he is in-game. He's an asshole who likes to roll around places, but apparently has some kind of deep-seated depression about being a dragon without wings, because apparently this Ankylosaurus wannabe design somehow passes as a dragon. Anyways, it says here that because of his inability to fly, he developed some kind of extra thick armour, presumably so that he didn't die upon immediately rolling off large cliffs, which we can see what I imagine is the logical extension of in the armour of his Series 2 design. Also in the deep lore, Bash became one of Eon's Skylanders by destroying some kind of flying machine with comically sized nets on it, showing that whilst Bash may be capable of showing the emotion known as compassion, my game theory is that he only wanted it to destroy that piece of technology to get back at Drobot, who was also a rather flightless dragon, although he still had wings. But he was so intelligent and big brain that he actually built himself a cyborg suit in order to become a flying master. And I'm sure if you've seen my Skylanders Let's Play, which we sort of done, and we sort of fucking do already, you might already know about the connection between Bash and the second worst Skylander ever made, Flashwing from Giants, as he wished upon a shooting star that was carrying Flashwing in some kind of stasis, and then she fell to Earth and actually gave Bash flight by blasting him off into space. And somehow after that, according to the Skylanders Universe The Complete Collection book, Bash sees her as, quote, his one true love. Don't really get how blasting you into space, like, you know, causing your death nearly. Don't know how that works, to be fair. At least Bash does have a figure that represents what I believe is the truest form of him. A legendary one rather than a dark one, then I think would be more appropriate. But it does have a dark black body, you know, that's very typical of evil. It's got the gold instead of the grey, I know. Makes it a little less evil looking. You maybe got the black and yellow, that kind of does it. But it's got the evil red eyes that I suggested. So that is quite nice. So what did we learn today? Well, that Crash the Skylands is a fucking idiot and is absolutely wrong, and that Bash is the physical embodiment of everything that is wrong with Activision and Toys for Bob working on Warzone. In fact, Bash by being created in the first game led to Toys for Bob working on Call of Duty Warzone, which led to Skylanders never being released ever again. Oh, and then there's a mini version of Bash called Bop. Why is he called Bop? Alright, that's the end of the video, because I don't really think I could go for much longer with this. Anyways, go check out the list video from Crash the Skylands and talk that I made this whole video fucking about. If you like to see a lot of images flashing up upon your screen, because that's literally how the video... the beginning of the video is structured. And go watch my Skylanders Let's Play as well as my 10-year anniversary review on it. And just before I end the video, I'd just like to say a thank you to Peekazilla3 and Matthew Belitho Jones for subscribing. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of that. Fuck Bash.